Alright, I've had some contemplation time, and I contemplated that big ass fan shroud kind of has to go, and we're gonna go come up with something different, and I think that fan has to go. I need a fan of some sort. It overheats within 2 minutes, and it's just not acceptable to me sitting there idling. And who knows what it's going to do when you're moving along. But I had a thought, you know, and here's what my thought is. So I'm thinking we get rid of all this, and we come up off of this pulley, with a little tiny pulley, and we're going to go try to run us a boat propeller as a fan, and we're going to go have that kind of blow across the head, and I think it'll look kind of cool. So we'll see how that works out, whether we use that one or some other kind of setup, but that's kind of the thought process I'm going with now. So I'm gonna yank the fan off of there and see what we have here for a shaft. And I'm thinking 2 pulleys, probably about the same size, one running the fan and one's gonna run the jack shaft. And again, this motor will now be sitting kind of that direction in there. So we're going to probably cut that center pipe out of our way and make a hole in the center of it, and we can start looking at stuff and educating ourselves. Okay, for that engine to fit in there, we got one too many pieces of pipe going across. So let's make a hole. As I take out the sprocket. Got a hole. Alright, you need to go somewhere in there. Kinda probably right, what do you think? Right about something like that. I could probably kick that carburetor. I'm gonna need room for the chain. The old motors. You guys see what I'm seeing before I even just yap my brains out? Am I blocking you with my coke? Alright. So, that carb, I can probably kick one direction or another. I either kick it this way, but I gotta clear it. The one I'm looking at is the sprocket in the back. And knowing that this is still gonna have an air cleaner on it. I want to put a curved pipe in the bottom of it, kind of cradle that funky looking guard there, that mount rather. Angle it. But if you angle it, that's more like modern style deal, you know? Don't know. And I cannot spin this assembly around to face forward. It's timed. The hole, there's a governor inside here, in here. And I see the 4 bolts off. You say, well, just flip that off, spin around, have the carburetor in front, but you can't because it screws up the timing of when the window is open to allow air and fuel to enter. So, decisions. Well, I'm going to contemplate. That's what I'm going to do. I contemplate. That's what I'm good at. So, let's go with that. A lot of times you got to step back too and get the window where you want something. Looks tiny, doesn't it? If I was to take the frame and kind of dump it down and then curl it up instead of leaving it straight like it is, so that this pipe is more straight up and down, and I curve upward and set the motor there, and everything kind of comes down. The pedals will get lower to the ground, but when I heat them up and kick them out, they'll get shorter. That's what I'm thinking right now. I gotta look at a picture. I gotta get my computer and get a picture of old bikes. I have a couple. Not really fond of doing them like this though. Nah, not interested in that one. That's kind of more like what I like. Straight up and down. I don't know, well, you guys can see it, and then there's a cradle goes underneath it. Let's see, the center of the crank looks like it's about even with the center of the tire on that one, and you can see where the pedals are right here. So if I take it and go downward with it, the pedals will be kind of level. I say. Yeah, we're gonna get the we'll get something else to look at. I think I want to cut up. Some girl's bike is going to lose its life because I want to cut out this curvy section, and we'll use that for the bottom. That's got more of a curve to it, but I kind of like that bike better than this one. This one feels like it should give up the ghost. Gonna go look in the stash. We'll find out. Pile of victims. No, 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 no. How about that red one right there? That's a maybe right there, the red one. Oh, here we go. Schwinn. That's got a nice curve to the bottom of that one. Yeah. We'll see how that kind of rocks around the motor right there. That's what I'm stinking. That one or the red one? It looks like probably about the same. I think the red one's early. Alright, the red one's got a skip tooth sprocket on it. So we're going to leave that for an early bike build, where this is more of a victim, I think. Alright, let's get the victim out of there. It actually looks a little tight for that. That one kind of follows the line a little bit better. That's what happens when boys get girls' bikes. They start jumping them and they do that to it. So it's had a boo-boo in its past. What about that part of it? Go the other way around. What about if I use... Well, that's not enough. That's not enough. Not that I can't heat it up and bend it one way or another, right? Alright, so this is more like what I'm thinking. See where the pedal crank is, how close it is to the back tire. Kind of like that deal. And then we're going to try and recreate kind of that round cradle that's underneath the motor. So that's kind of the idea I want to shoot for. So, of course, that's a twin and totally different. So, but we're just trying to get the general look of it. You know, I'm not trying to copy that bike exactly. So, I think what I'm still going to go do is take the lesser of the two bended jobbers out of there, and whichever one's longer too. I don't know. I'm going to cut one of those out of there, and I'm going to go set it up on the bike, and we're going to go look at it, and then we're probably going to go heat it and bend the correct curve that we're looking for and go from there. Alright, so cut that out of there. And that, for the most part, pretty much is following the contour of that motor. The problem is I'm just too short, so if I was to go and, you know, stick that there and kind of come down and have a cradle, that the motor's going to be up in here, and I want it back further. So I'll talk about doing that, and that's going to be way too far forward. And I thought to myself, what about if we just try curling the pipe some more and get it going the correct direction? So I found a rim that's roughly about the same deal. So I'm going to go take the tire and tube off of that. We'll stick that in the vise, and we'll see if we can go keep that puppy up, see if we can continue to roll that further, like to our liking. Actually found a rim that fit the circle a little bit better, so that's what's in there. We'll see what happens, see if it pinks on us or not. 'Cause, 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 Going real slow though. Our rim's failing. You get the idea. And I'm thinking something like that. That's kind of what we're going for. Can you see it? So what I'm going to go do now is take those two pieces, that piece and that piece of wood. I'm going to sandwich it across the whole frame, and we'll see if we can kind of get some tacks on that. I'm going to try to get it so that it's square to that one, that one, that one, and that one. High-tech frame jig. So I figure if I catch 1, 2, 3, 4 points, that it pretty much has to be within a straight line. In a straight line within 1/8 of an inch, and I'm going for 1/8 inch. If it's out more than that, then we're going for more than that. But I'm going to go give a couple of tacks in those two places, and then we'll get that wood off of there, and probably start plopping the motor in there again, doing some more eyeballing. Baby's in the cradle. I end up going with 2 deep sockets for the 2 bottom mounts, and right now we just got some temporary carriage bolts through there, and I'll figure I'm going to catch it from the top too, also to help support it. And I could grab it from other places too, but for now it's good enough. I think I got enough room to come out and do something with a carburetor one direction or another. Up here, who knows. Now I'm thinking again, just kind of continuing on with drivetrain, and I want to put some sort of fan, I'm thinking, up here, and have it kind of go, you know, kind of blow across the head. And I'm also thinking that I may make like a dummy part of a jug or whatnot, and maybe try to make the motor appear taller than what it is. So we'll see on that guy. And so what I'm thinking of, I'm going to need to make 2 pulleys down here. One, this outer one's probably going to go and drive a jack shaft, and then, you know, the jack shaft's going to cut across and drive the back tire, and the other one's going to run the pulley. So my thought is, if I can get that off. Come on, I just sat it on there. Come on. Probably only enough to take it off to see what I want to say. There we go. I'm thinking that I just take this guy, cut it, and stick it in the lathe and make my own pulley out of this one. I think there's probably be enough meat in there. Yeah, it looks like it's, if you see through the fence. I'm gonna say that's a 1/2 inch wide. So I just need to try to make it so I can get a little 3/8 belt on that, and just have that kind of come up and run the fan, or make that one that runs the jack shaft, and make one on the outside that runs the fan. That might even be better for alignment reasons, you know. And have that other one have the pulley on the outside of the fan, and have that spin. And if I use that propeller, it's going to draw across the engine instead of blowing at the engine. But the good part about that is your pant leg will want to get blown away from the motor instead of keep getting sucked up against the the guard that'll be there. So I'm going to go in the back and go look and see what I have for pulleys and see if I have some kind of little like 3/4 inch pulley looking thing. That's a 3/4 shaft, and see if we can find something that can go on there and we can start doing that kind of stuff. So let's go shopping. And we're in the back shed and we got the pulley stash. We need a little. Let's see, in a pile of little. Tractor Supply also has a very good assortment. Yeah, what's that for a fan? Kind of thought about that too. It's an alternator kind of jobber. It's already got a belt sheave on it. Let's turn the light on the camera. Yeah, it's already got a. We'll bring that over. We'll see what that looks like. I like the thought of the propeller a little bit better, but who knows? What about? It's not going to be 3/4. I don't think that looks like 5/8. Anyway, Tractor Supply sells pulleys that you can change the centers out of. You can kind of pretty much make whatever you want. So I figure I go shopping in the Horde first before I do any of that. What's ooh, a double. Let's see what size that is. Might be it. Let's see. I'll make it fit, right? Still says 750. It's steel. It's got 2 different sizes on it, so I can make one go faster or slower. If I need to change it, I can flip it around. We might have to go play with that guy. We'll bring that one up there. Is that got a set screw or is it a key? I don't see any. Throw that anywhere. What we got? Nothing saying we can't drill a hole in that. Don't put a key in it. Wonder if that was just kind of like on a transfer or something, because it's got no key in there, and it's got nothing for set screw. We can manipulate that though. Alright, well, I'm going to shut you guys off, and I'm going to go climb in there and do a little bit better peeking on the bottom of that drum and see what we can go pick up. That should be all sprockets and chains. That looks like 5/8. Well, you get the idea. Alright, so here's some of the crap that I walked back with. Yeah, those 4, it looks too big. It looks like it's, I don't know what the heck that is. Yeah, that ain't happening. This one's got a set screw and a key in it. Actually, 2 set screws and a key, which is pretty damn good. That one will work. And the shaft's already got a key in it. Are they the same size? Yeah. Alright, so that one looks really good. And what else we got? Got that double gap, the 2 sizes on it. And that works, and that's even flush to the end. Look at that. It was made for it. I guess I could probably make a key slot in that. No, I don't have a broaching tool, but I think if we do some nice filing with the Sawzall, we probably cut a groove in that steel, so it's not like it's going to crap out on us. What's that? That ain't nothing. And we got that guy. Problem with this is, I'm trying to think which way would it How much air would it move? I gotta fire up a car with an alternator and see how much air we kind of get around. I don't think they draw that much through the alternator. Plus it, yeah, maybe. Especially if I put a little bit of ductwork around that too. What's up, baby girl? What you doing? Come over and say hi? Yeah, you're hungry, aren't you? You want to eat? Yeah, you want to eat. I don't know. You gotta wait. Too early. Gotta keep you thin. Right? Alright. So anyway, I'm gonna go try to figure out what we got going for a pulley kind of situation and a jack shaft. And maybe start drawing some lines from that back rim forward and trying to place a jack shaft and that shaft and belts and all that kind of stuff.